With me now in studio, one of those Senate Democrats, Andy Kim of New Jersey. Senator Kim, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. So you heard the speaker right there. He said they're not bringing the House back. And there's one bill that passed to reopen the government that you guys have blocked now 4 times. Why not let that pass? Approve this bill now, and then negotiate all these issues that you want to deal with, including the Obamacare subsidies, while the government is open for the next 7 weeks or so.
Yeah, well, look, the speaker is coming at this from a place of weakness. He knows that he's on the wrong side of this issue. Nearly 80% of Americans know and want to support, including ACA subsidies in terms of what we move forward on, because they know that a lot of Americans are really struggling right now. And Speaker Johnson, first of all, shame on him for not bringing the House of Representatives back. He's continuing to give them a paid vacation while every other single public servant, including our military troops, are not getting paid. That is a dereliction of duty. It's one of the most reckless actions I've ever seen from a Speaker of the House. And the reason why I'm honored that he's doing this is because he knows that his caucus would actually vote for this. If we had a vote on the floor of the House of Representatives to whether or not to support the ACA subsidy extension or not, it would pass the House of Representatives.
But why not just deal with that while the government is open? The government could be open for the next 6 weeks or so.
Well, we've been raising this all year, and they haven't done a single thing. We've been raising this issue about ACA subsidies all year long.
But isn't this position, I know you guys are concerned about premiums increasing and the like, but isn't this going to make the crisis worse? I mean, people are going to get laid off. People are going to get furloughed. Government services are not going to be available. This could make the crisis work. It could be pouring gasoline on the fire. No?
Well, look, this is exactly why it is we need to step up right now and push back against this lawlessness that we see right now with this administration. And with Speaker Johnson and congressional leaders, they have refused to negotiate. We've been asking for negotiations for months now, since the summer. It was Donald Trump himself that said, don't deal with the Democrats. What did he do? He waited until the last day before the shutdown would come into effect to actually sit down and talk. And Speaker Johnson refusing to get congressional Republicans back. And again, the reason why is because there are 10 members of the Republican House caucus that this month have said that they support extending the ACA subsidies. That is more than enough to pass it through the House of Representatives.
But if they control the agenda, they control the floor schedule.
I'm glad you point that out. They control it all.
Yeah, and the Speaker says he's not going to bring the House back. You have one choice. So if you guys vote no, how long is this going to go on for?
Well, look, the American people see this for what it is. Speaker Johnson can make all the excuses he can, but what Americans see are their leaders on the Republican side not doing their job, not even showing up to work. And that is something that they're not going to stand for. So right now, the American people are talking about health care all over this country. This messaging is working because we are on the right side of it, and the American people want the health care. And even Speaker Johnson felt forced today to say, hey, look, I support fixing health care. The problem with Speaker Johnson is that his problem with health care is he thinks that too many Americans have health care. And that's what he's trying to fix. He's trying to shrink the number of Americans that have health care, while we are trying to fight for more and more to be able to afford their health care.
So, I mean, they're clear. They want this straight extension of government funding. They said this is the only bill. You guys are digging in on your position. So the question that so many voters have is, how long is this going to go on for? Are you guys going to back off your position?
Well, look, when I went and talked with some people in New Jersey about what they want, they want adults in the room. That's what they said. They want adults in the room that are going to show up, first of all, do their job, which we're not seeing from the House Republicans. And they want us to go and understand we're not going to get 100% of what we want to go in. Look, we're asking for something very specific here. It's not the totality of what Democrats right now are wanting we get, that we're trying to engage on what we think is gettable, something that is going to help millions of Americans. What have the Republicans given on? So what have they compromised on? And they're asking for our vote. So if they want to do it on their own, go be it. But if they need our votes, then they need to come to us with something that's going to help the American people.
So you're not going to back off here on your position?
Well, look, I want to stand strong here because the American people, I talked with even federal workers.
This could go on for weeks. Well, this could go on for more than a month.
Look, I was a career civil servant in the federal government before. I worked through 2 shutdowns before. This is the last thing that I want. I showed up to work every day at the State Department, the Pentagon, without getting paid. I don't like that. But what I tell you is I hear federal workers talking about this when they're getting threatened for mass layoffs, when we're seeing there's a lawlessness out there, when we're seeing Trump saying he's going to gut Gateway Project, Hudson Tunnel Project funding to New York and New Jersey as a political retribution. Nobody stands for that. That's
I mean,
a
your
mafia
state could
tactic.
get hit really, really hard here.
Well, look,
is it worth it? Is it worth seeing projects from New Jersey go away? Russ Vought has targeted New Jersey as one of those states.
Yeah, look,
is it worth it?
Oh, look, America is getting hit right now. It's not just my state. You know, we are going through so much turmoil because we have such a vindictive president and an administration that is trying to push so hard to make our lives harder and to make it that we're struggling more and more. So yes, I'm going to stand strong here and fight back against this lawlessness and this action that we saw. Again, it's more like mafia tactics. People in New Jersey don't stand for that, and they're going to really show that during the governor's race election.
I want to ask you about what Chuck Schumer has said in the past. He is, of course, your Democratic leader. This is back in 2019 during the government shutdown that did last 35 days, and he had this message.
Shutting down government over a policy difference is self-defeating. It accomplishes nothing but pain and suffering for the country and the American people. That's a lesson we all must bear in mind when this next continuing resolution expires, and that will make its success more likely. We can never hold American workers hostage again.
I mean, he says shutting down the government over a policy difference is self-defeating. That's what's happening right now. You guys have a policy difference with Republicans. Are you not? What changed, I guess?
Well, look, back then in 2019, did we have a president that was pushing rescissions left and right, overruling what Congress has passed into law? But we didn't see the actions fully, what we're seeing now. Did we see Black Hawk helicopters over American cities? Did we see the blatant lawlessness of circumventing Congress to be able to enact tariffs globally, declaring national emergencies left and right in ways that are clearly an abuse of power? You know, what we are seeing now is different. You know this. You've worked on the Hill for a long time. This is not normal. And it's important that we stand up here and say, look, we need to actually govern. Governing isn't one branch of government telling all the other branches of government what to do. It's about coming together and actually talking to one another and coming up with agreement. And that is the furthest thing that I've ever seen this president try to do since he came into office. So I want to govern. I want to sit down. I'm here in D.C. I'm here at the Capitol. I'm ready to talk today.
And you have confidence in the way Schumer is dealing with this right now?
I have confidence in my colleagues standing up right now. We are the bulwark right now, standing up against this lawlessness that we're seeing. Yeah. So I'll just say, Speaker Johnson, show up to work, get your House colleagues back to D.C., back to the Capitol. Let's talk.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to leave it there. Senator Andy Kim, thank you so much for coming in and joining. Really appreciate you
Thanks for having me.
coming on and sharing your views. All right, coming up.